Hello, everybody. Welcome now to week 6. The good news is that this week there will be very little screencast to watch. The bad news is instead of watching screencast, you're going to be reading some examples of autoethnography. Okay, they shouldn't take very long. Your choices are very, very short, and so this week we take everything we did in week 5, where we learned about what autoethnography is, where we sort of understand that it's this method of self-examination, where we intertwine our narrative with scholarship to kind of explore and explain kind of at the same time. So here we are. I just want to do kind of a quick introduction, give a little direction as you head into this week. So what you're going to be doing this week in the discussions is very important, okay? So, I mean, not that it hasn't been important in the last weeks, and it's been going so well. Both of your discussion boards this week are going to be centered around you reading examples of autoethnographies written by actual undergraduate students, okay? Some of my first examples were written by professional researchers and professors and stuff like that, and they were fine. But I think that some of these examples that you have to choose from give you a really good introduction into the world of autoethnography. Okay, so now that it's not just something we're talking about, it's something you're actually going to see and discuss. So I just want to set this up really quick. As you read, keep in mind, I want you to watch for how is this writing that I'm reading evocative. It's supposed to be emotional. It's supposed to cause feelings in the reader. It's not just supposed to be something you're reading, okay? So some of these are better than others. Some of the options are better than others. I'm going to let you pick which ones you read. There's a short list, okay? Some are better than others at this. And so it's okay to read one and go, you know what? It really wasn't evocative. Or it's okay to read one and go, yeah, it was evocative, and here's where. So make sure you're doing that. Take a look at how these authors are showing, not telling. Okay, this is a really big piece of autoethnography that I'm really looking for you to do as you move into writing your final autoethnographic exploration. Okay, and we're scaffolding into that. The journal, one of your journals for this week is actually writing an autoethnographic account of one of your epiphanies that you explored last week. So. Make sure that you're looking for how is the writing evocative, how are the authors showing, not telling, and then I really want to make sure that this is clear. Yours will be different than what you see in these examples, okay? These examples are different. Your autoethnography for this class is a self-as-site autoethnography, okay? The self is the site you're going into and exploring. The self is the thing you're observing, your self-talk, okay? The ones that you have as options for this week are all self-insight, okay? The self-as-site and the self-insight are very similar, but they're not quite the same thing. And so as you're reading these, I want you to see that distinction and understand that yours are going to look a little bit different, okay? But there are some really great examples in these choices for the week. You're going to see good description. You're going to see dialogue. You're going to see episodes. You're going to see all sorts of examinations of different subjects. See, that's another difference is all of these autoethnographies that as the examples that you have for this week are the class was on autoethnography, not something else, if that makes sense. Our class is on intrapersonal communication. We're using autoethnography to examine intrapersonal communication. So we're all using the same method to get at the same phenomena. They were studying the method. The class was all about the method. It was all about learning to write. It was all about understanding what autoethnography is. And then they went and they each did a very different topic, a very different site. Okay? So that is, those are the main differences that you'll see between these examples and yours. And then lastly, follow my directions to get to the reading, and I'm going to give those right now. Okay, so follow me, if you will. I'm going to head over to D2L to start, okay? They're very easy to find. I've got them in the section here. So if we come to the content section and we jump to week 6 right here, here's week 6. Mine's I haven't posted this screencast yet, so this screencast will go here in step 1, okay? But then after that, here is the week 6 discussion board 1. I can't get my thing to behave like I want it to. Okay? To get to the readings, you're going to want to click this right here. All right? So you simply click it, and it's going to take you to an online open-sourced textbook from the Southern University of New York, SUNY. Okay? I believe that's what that is, Southern University of New York. Anyways, yeah. And so once you're at this page, you scroll all the way down to the bottom. Okay? All the way down to the bottom. And, well, not all the way down, because all the way down is right here. But all the way down to the bottom is right here. The autoethnography, 10 examples. All right? You get to pick any 2 of these 10. Okay? You're going to read one of them and discuss it in the first discussion board. And then you're going to read another one of these, and you're going to discuss the second one in the discussion board. And everybody can pick whichever ones they are most interested by. Okay? Please choose what you want to do, okay? They all have strengths, they all have weaknesses, and they're all written by undergraduate students. And so, one of the things you're gonna notice is that they all have citations at the end of them. So some of the citations are better than others. So some people are citing Facebook groups and stuff like that, which for you probably wouldn't work so well, but for them might have worked. So. You're going to choose 2 of these. And so coming back to the first discussion board, then, you're going to, it wants me to update it. Once you click this, you read the piece you want to read, and then you just answer these questions. There are 5 questions. And folks, this is the exact same set of questions that you're going to have in the second discussion board. Okay? So you're going to read 2 readings from this site, and you're going to discuss them in the discussion boards this week. Okay? Please make sure you do answer these 5 questions. Which piece did you read? Please let everybody know. What are your initial feelings and thoughts? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Was it well written? Was it poorly written? What stood out to you about this piece? So sometimes, probably number 2 and number 3 will go together, and that'll be fine. And then number 4, this is something I really want you to make sure that you do. More specifically, what made this reading evocative? Pull at least 2 quotations from the reading as examples of evocative writing and post them in your answer, okay? In my reading of all 10 pieces, there's at least a couple of decent examples in each one of evocative writing, okay? So, I mean, some are more evocative than others, absolutely, but you should be able to find a couple of things there. And it's not a test, by the way. I'm not looking to see, did they select the right evocative thing? No. I want you to tell us what you found evocative about it, okay? And then number 5 is important. What can you take from this reading and bring into your examination of intrapersonal communication? What was in this reading that maybe you can learn from, okay? Some of these are going to have dialogue. Some of them are going to have description. Some of them are going to be insightful, some less, and so just kind of tell me what you think, okay? Same deadlines and numbers as all of our discussion boards. Wednesday 11:30, Friday 11:30. Okay, with your 3 responses. Okay, so and just to be clear, you're going to do these same questions in discussion board number 2, just with a different reading. Okay, so for this week, instead of listening to me yammer on for the better part of an hour, head over to the site and start reading these easy to read autoethnographies. Okay, and then I just wanted to speak for one moment about your first journal entry this week. There are 2 journals this week. Your second one is going to be on mindset. We've been doing some work with mindset. Do make sure you're reading that, by the way. It's a wonderful book. So do be working on that one as well. But I really want to mention journal 1. So
Last week, I had you write about some epiphanies, like just kind of list them out. What were they? Stuff like that in your journal. This week, I want you to go pick one of those epiphanies, and I want you to write an evocative autoethnographic account of it. I want you to take a shot at autoethnography in this. As you're reading these two autoethnography examples, as you sort of take into consideration what we learned last week, I want you to be trying it. Okay? So as you're doing that this week, give yourself the time to write this. Give yourself the time to really think about how to write this well. All right? And the good news is if you do this well, it'll scaffold and go into your final paper. Okay, so it's not that I'm having you write it in vain. It's not futile. It's actually something that you can use in your final paper. Okay, so if you have any questions, please let me know. I'm looking forward to seeing which readings everyone chooses, what you liked, what you found evocative, and I'll see you in the boards.